we didn't do Mother's Day episode because I was just getting back into town. I thought I was gonna be able to do it, and Wendy was celebrating. I went to Vegas, which was so much fun for like a day and a half. I'm grateful that I got to go. Um, but I want to go back for a longer period of time. You know what I'm saying? To where I can actually enjoy more things. So, um, let's first of all, I want to give a special shout out to the Grizzlies. Y'all did a phenomenal job. I am very happy with. I wish we could have went all the way, but they're a very young team. I pray that the players that we currently have stay and play. We picked up some good guys in the draft, so if we work it out, keep our guys that are there, and then get these new guys drafted in and come up with a solid team. I mean, this was Golden State when Curry and Clay and old boy came, and then I think about Oklahoma as well when they had Durant and James Harden and Westbrook. So think about that. You know, when the old heads are tired and you actually giving them a run for their money, that means the next year y'all come back stronger and can go further. So congratulations to my Grizzlies. Now, I like Golden State, and my mama's from the Bay Area. However, my alliance is now live with Boston because that is my favorite team in the whole wide world. So I am going for Boston for the rest of the series. I just want y'all to know I was on home team side, but now it's serious. And since Golden State beat my boys, I don't necessarily want them to win. So Boston's my favorite team, and that's who I'm rooting for. So go Tatum and all those guys over there. I hope y'all go all the way. So um also, good news, and I ain't got no slides today, y'all. Y'all gonna have to pray my strength in the Lord. I'm still tired from the trip because as soon as I got back, I had to go back to work the next day, and then I've been ripping and running. So yeah, kids got practice. Well, one kid has football practice, the other one he had finals. You know that sort of thing. All that stuff. So I'm just a tired mama, and I need a real vacation for real, like with a beach or overseas somewhere. I am going to be traveling more. I do know that. I want to go to a vineyard this summer. I plan to go to St. Louis to see PJ Morton because I won't be able to see him when he comes to Memphis because I will be at my Shot Glass Hour show. So I won't be able to see PJ at that time. Um, so I'm going to have to do something different, Jesus. So I had a choice between St. Louis and Nashville. Nashville is a Sunday show. St. Louis is a Friday show. The VIP tickets for St. Louis is also cheaper than the Nashville tickets. So I think I'm gonna be in St. Louis. I think I'm gonna get my life in order with my friend in the STL, and I'm probably just gonna take off there Friday and drive on up. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Um, so yes, I'm going to be on the road. We talked about my mom and I talked about taking the boys to California this summer for our little annual family trip that we haven't taken since 2019. So I got to see what it's about to be like for me. But I need to be on somebody's plane and in the car and in these streets. I don't want to be stuck in Memphis all summer long. I don't want to do that. So maybe a vacation somewhere in there as well. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, I know I'm going to Dallas, Texas,
Okay.
July, end of July, coming back in. I'm trying to debate if I want to keep my flight on August the 2nd or leave right after seminar. If I do
Mm,
that, then I'm going to be coming home around 11, 12 o'clock at night. I don't know if I
mm.
want to do all that.
Better
And
see.
then in September, I'm going to Destin, Florida.
That's gonna be nice.
And then next year, I'm going to go to Puerto Rico, and also Panama. We're going to celebrate my sister's 60th in
Okay.
Panama. So I got to get my passport because
Yes, I have to
I
get
don't
that
have
too.
one.
I keep saying I'm gonna do it, and I'll never do it, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and get passport for me and the boys. The little one, when he turns 16, we'll just up redo that again. But I want to, because I think for Joshua's college graduation, provided COVID ain't still outbroke over there, I think we're gonna do the Asian thing. Cause we were supposed to. The plan was to go to Asia when he graduated from high school, and then Rona Jenkins decided she wanted to infiltrate everywhere. So hopefully in the next couple of years, is it out of your shot? Hopefully in the next couple of years we'll be where we need to be, and on the page of uh being able to travel to Asia. So I want to make that happen for him, because he was super excited when I told him, because I ain't had no choice but to tell him. Um, but yeah, so that's what we want to do. So I'm gonna be planning on that too in the next couple of years. It might be three, because he's a computer science major, poor baby, and they got a lot of stuff they got to take. It don't make, I don't understand, but now I understand why some of my computer science friends graduated a year later, because I'm seeing it firsthand right here. They got a lot of math and science classes to take, which don't make no sense to me. But he was like, "Well, yeah, mom, it makes sense, cause okay, all right, baby, you in the major, I'm not. I didn't pick none of this. I put political science as a major, not the computer sciences and the medical sciences. I didn't do none of that." Speaking of school, there are a lot of graduations that are taking place. Congratulations to the class of 2022. There are two famous people that I know off the top of my head that received their degrees. One person is Stephen Curry, as we're talking, from Davidson College. Um, and so he got to, don't do that. I know. But so this is what I'm proud of, because who is it that played in NBA, who is a student athlete now at a school? I can't think, it's gonna come to me. JR, I can't think of the baby's last name right now. But he went back to school. He got a 4.0 GPA. He's on the golf team. He's like killing it. He was a basketball player. He retired from the NBA, doing his thing as a college student. Super proud. It's always wonderful to see. Hello, Charmaine. Um, and then
Thanks, Charmaine.
Anthony Anderson graduated from Howard, you guys, last week. I'm super excited about that. He and his son, when his son was graduating, I think he enrolled when his son graduated from college at Howard. That was his dream. He started at Howard, but I think he dropped out. So he went back and he got his degree. So shout out to Anthony Anderson. Also to Roger P. Henson, got an honorary doctorate degree from, because Howard is her alma mater. And of course, I don't know if this is the first graduating class out of the Chadwick Boseman School of Fine Arts. But I thought that was really, really awesome. He got to take a picture with, of course, Felicia Rashad, and Taraji, at his graduation, and then all the students, he taking selfies and stuff. So I thought that was phenomenal. It is never too late. I tell everybody all the time. I had a 70-year-old classmate when I was at Jackson State. She never got to go to college. She raised her kids. Her husband worked. Everybody was dead. Kids were gone. I mean, her husband, I'm sorry, not everybody. Her husband died. Her kids were grown and gone. She always wanted to be a music teacher. So she went to school as a music education major, child, at 70 years old, graduated. So it's never too late. If you have a dream to go to school, if you have a dream to travel, if you have a dream to do anything you put your mind to, you can do it. And it's never too late. You get up one day and decide you want to do it, you definitely can do it. So I'm very proud, very, very proud of that. Okay. So congratulations to them. I know how we feel about Stephen, y'all. I get it. I promise I do. Uh
See, he would have been all right if he didn't try to say Memphis sayings.
but we showed him when he said the saying, okay? We
Yes,
showed
we did.
him.
Oh, we showed him
All
big
right.
time. I would have loved the game 7 though.
I would have loved the game 7
And
too.
then we took the win.
And yes, I would have loved that. They said no, they weren't ready for it. So speaking of, let's get into some reality real quick. Um So we all know this. We all know this. Kim Kardashian sex tape. You know, they tried to play the road the
I
role,
would
I'm
love a
sorry,
game
on the
seven
new
too.
reality show. They try to play the role of Kanye getting a second sex tape from Ray J. Ray J had to set the record straight because for so many years they have painted Ray J in this light as he was the bad guy, when all in all this was something that basically Chris put out. You know, they knew they made sex tapes, and they wanted to capitalize off of it because Paris Hilton was able to capitalize off of. Oh, you haven't? It was nothing to write home about.
Please,
Paul, I
yeah.
promise to God,
Mm-mm.
it was
It
the most bored. Let me tell you
it
something.
was
You
the
can see
most
better things
boring
on
tape.
Pornhub or Hub.
Yeah,
I promise you that. You somebody can make a homemade movie on Pornhub and it would be more interesting than that six tape.
exactly.
It was really nothing to write home about. Um, Ray J did say that there was a second sex tape that was made, and what Kanye did get from him was a laptop with like some other pictures that were non-sexual of him and Kim Kardashian. So, yeah, you take my word for it, guy.
Yeah,
I wouldn't recommend
yeah.
nobody watch that. That's not gonna help you
Mm-mm.
get to where you need to get to if you was
Mm-mm.
looking to watch something like that. I'm telling you that right now. I think personally, first of all, Chris Jenner, business wise, is a mogul. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
she that makes sense. And I thought that that was the case. Like your mama did that. Like, girl, did nobody. That man didn't leak that tape out, and your mama took a spin. Yo, that was y'all's idea because you saw her friend Paris did the same thing and
And did,
capitalized.
and then do the ugly cry about it. That's what I'm tripping. The first episode
Yeah,
of the Keeping Up with the Kardashians, you do
yeah,
the ugly cry.
yeah,
Then this first episode of Kardashians, you do the ugly cry.
yeah. Like, stop, girl. You did it. You knew what you were doing. You knew what mama had. Oh, unfortunately, I saw both.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so
But this is
yeah,
what trips me out. This last episode, and it was called "Who Is Kim?" Because Kim was like, Kanye has been the one who has styled her and
yeah,
everything,
I believe
basically
that.
told her what to wear. Um, in fact, when they started dating, he told her to get rid of everything in her closet, and he bought her new clothes. So she went to some kind of award, and he didn't tell her your career is over. That's what he told her. He told her your career is over. Then put a picture of Marge Simpson next to her. I was like,
Ooh, well, I want to
all
say
she
this.
all she needs to do is really find a really good stylist. That's all she needs is a really
That's
good
it.
stylist.
Like, find you a stylist. They're out there, hun. They really are. But
Please don't let Kanye, even though I don't too much care for her, she shouldn't let him get in her head like that. That's
well,
the
and
pure
you know this
definition
was
of a
pre-tape,
narcissist.
so this had to been going on while he was going through all his rants and stuff as well. So this was taped previously, probably last year, while all the stuff was going down and
I
earlier this
no,
year. So
I'm thinking it started after the Saturday Night Live, not with the Pete Davidson stuff, but when she was talking about Kanye on Saturday Night Live, he didn't like that too much.
of course he didn't, but see, they were already kind of on the outs at that point as well.
Right, but they were
So,
still.
right, they were still keeping up appearances, but the rumors were already out that they were split, and they actually weren't even staying in the same house. From my understanding, they were staying in separate households at that point in time.
They
Um,
were separated but not divorced.
right.
And I think
So,
when she
which
said that
which
she
technically right now they separated and not divorced because they are not legally divorced. The judge just told her she can be
he,
single,
he
but
legally
you ain't
single,
divorced,
yeah.
ma'am. Um, so I feel like um I literally feel like and I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna get off the Kardashians because y'all know I don't like to talk about them for very long. I feel like you got your babies from the black man, and now you ready to be with this white man who is mentally not no more stable than Kanye. I heard recently he was doing stand up and talking about Kanye and his stand up set or what have you. Um,
But you know
I
what? Even though Kanye goes off the way he does, Kanye kind of got it right because that's his kids.
yeah, so I
And
literally do not agree with him. What's the word?
but if I was Kim, I would tell Pete, look, leave Kanye's name out your mouth. Really, come on,
Because here's my thing:
because
you can't
he's the
cry
father of my
harassment,
kids.
right? You can't cry harassment and then you go back and you do some harassing. Like to me, I get it; it's wrong for him to be trolling her online or whatever he's doing, but at the same time, you can't. Your boyfriend can't be coming at Kanye. You get what I'm saying? Like what? Why? It's not cute, it's not cool. And then of course I don't agree with the man being over your kids like that either. um it's not, to me it's not cool, but that's her life and those are her kids, and they'll be on somebody's couch later on down the line discussing this in therapy. um but I'm sick of it. I feel like I don't need to look into your life. Like I think y'all are gonna be doing reality TV well into your 60s. Your mom is on there. She's gonna be 82 years old. On the damn reality. I really need y'all to like not like stop. Literally stop. Your plastic surgeries, your I'm in this relationship. I'm gonna let this baby daddy do whatever to me because I got low self esteem, or I'm using all these guys and marrying all these guys, and found out this person don't make the money that I think, so I'm gonna divorce him in 72 days, or whatever that situation looks like. I'm not interested in it anymore. It's not interesting, and I need y'all to come up with a different spin. And I don't want the kids to come out with a reality show. I'm not gonna be interested in watching that either 20 years down the line. I don't.
Mm-mm.
It's not interesting at all, period.
Hopefully,
So
in 20 years, reality TV is no longer a thing.
it might not be, but because I feel like in 20 years, people will be able to shoot their own stuff. Now with COVID, you saw with like Love and Hip Hop and um, maybe even some of the Real World episodes, which the new season of Real World is out. The New
I gotta,
Orleans is.
I gotta
I
watch
haven't,
the.
yeah,
I after girl Julie, Lord Jesus, go
yeah.
ahead. We
So
talk
I
about
can't
it
wait to delve
tomorrow.
into that. Yeah, but it's crazy. Like I feel like why. I don't care to see that, but I think people would probably be able to do their own reality shows without having a big production and all that stuff, and to release it like on their YouTube channels or so. I just feel like that's the thing that's gonna be coming, which is gonna take the big production companies out of the equation.
Now, what
Yeah.
is interesting to me, and we can talk, and then after this, we don't have to talk about them no more. Is that Kim and Chloe both have butt reduction?
Right. Yeah. They did. Um, yeah.
Okay, let's go on to the next
Yeah, because I'm tired of them. Um, what was we on? I'm sorry. Kenya Moore.
reality.
Okay. Kenya Moore, Mark Daly. I'm tired of both of y'all. Y'all making me I'm sick. Mark signed the papers. The lady wanted a divorce. She got her baby. Going on about your business. Why does he want her house? She was building that house before they got married. We didn't
But
even
you
know
know
y'all were
what?
dating when she built
If
that
she
house.
didn't have a prenup, I'm sorry. I
But
am
here is
sorry.
my
And
thing.
I understand what you're
You
saying,
stay in New
but
York.
right, right. But I'm saying if she don't have a prenup, I don't know what if he's entitled or not. But look, sisters, get a prenup.
And maybe she thought his financial situation was better, because why are you asking for stupid stuff like that? And something tells me he might got some mental issues, because every once in a while, I don't know. I'm like over. Kenya did say that she would love for Portia to come back to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Um
And I think Sheree also said that she thinks that if Phaedra comes back, it will also up the
And
ratings.
Candy was like, "I'm gonna be gone," but I said, "Candy, bye." I'm Phaedra is when I tell you Phaedra is good TV, and the reads are they give me life every time. Um, I would love to see Phaedra back. You've capitalized off of said rumor that Phaedra didn't even start. Let's go there. A producer gave Phaedra that tea because they knew Phaedra was gonna mention it on TV. So Phaedra didn't even start the rumor. And I get that you hurt, y'all were in a bad place, blah 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 blah. But girl, bye. Like, stop. You turned that whole thing into a money making venture that's made you millions of dollars, ma'am. I feel like it's time to get off now. If you were still hurt by it, I could understand, but I don't think you still hurt by it. Cause you turned lemons into lemonade, literally. So
And
I
then
don't know.
she's having a show in the fall with SWV when escaping SWV.
Yeah, I like. So let me say this: when SWV show was on, even when the Escape show was on, I like those shows. I like seeing the behind the scenes of them putting a tour together. I like them going into the studio. I like all that, even their group drama, because you
Ooh,
got to
excuse
see
me.
what happened. SWV show that they had on WeTV, we got to see why did they break up, and of course we found that out. The same with Escape. We didn't know what the situation was, but we found out what the situation was. So I
Mhm.
like to see that, and I like to see the dynamic and kind of how they roll. So I think that would be good. I mean, but she's constantly having shows. Do you really need Real Housewives of Atlanta? If Phaedra comes back, and so I
Just
think
go.
the network wouldn't ask Phaedra back. She's gonna be on season 2 of the Girls Trip. Her
Right,
and
but I'm
Eva.
gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you my prediction. It's gonna be so good with her. They're gonna be like, "We need you back."
I hope so. I know Nene has torn her drawers with them, but I definitely hope so.
They need Nene
Definitely
back
hope so.
too. I'm sorry,
They do
Nene's good
need
too.
Lanita, but baby, let me tell you something. I will forever, ever, ever stand Lanita Elise. I don't care, right, wrong, or indifferent. I told y'all that's my favorite housewife. I love Nene. And I think her lawsuit is valid. I don't care what anybody says. Her lawsuit is extremely valid. I believe Andy went behind her back and messed up her deal with Sirius XM. I believe that happened because he's
And
mad at
he
me.
said it. He said
Yeah,
it.
yeah. So yeah, she has a valid lawsuit. And she might not be able to be on Bravo not another day in her life, except for the reruns. However, I think I wholeheartedly believe that that's a valid thing. And all of the ladies aren't commenting on it because, of course, they don't want to lose their job. So they're keeping their mouth closed and saying, well, we're not going to talk about that. Or, well, I haven't had a bad relationship, but there have been some things I'm sure that has affected all of them behind the scenes that they're probably
Hmm.
not saying. So, they don't want to mess up their checks, and that's fine. But I feel like Nene has a valid, and I think she got proof. And I think she got proof from former producers. I feel like Carlos King could be her smoking gun as well, because I know he knows a lot of things that went on behind the scenes as well when he worked as a producer on the show. Speaking of Carlos King, let me tell y'all something. Carlos is taken on by storm. He has Love and Marriage Huntsville, which he said 2 or 3 months after he left, I think 4 months after he left Real Housewives of Atlanta. That's when he came out with Love and Marriage Huntsville. He has the Bell Collective. He has the Encore on BET. Um,
Just need
Now he has
also
Love and Marriage DC.
DC. Now Carlos King, you get Nene. Oh dang, she ain't married to nobody. Dang it.
It
I was
don't
gonna
matter.
say love and
Well,
marriage.
get
Okay, yeah.
Destiny ain't married.
Love.
Is the
Okay.
other girl on there
Okay.
keeping
Okay. So
married?
love and marriage
It's some unmarried
Atlanta.
people on there.
Love
Um,
and marriage Atlanta.
I'm just
That would be
saying,
good.
Carlos,
That would be
bring our
get with
MVP back. She
Nene.
dating somebody, some African.
Look, Nene, Phaedra, Portia can do love and marriage. DC, I mean Atlanta.
Atlanta. I'm talking about make this do like the Real Housewives is and get your franchises all over the world, Craig. I'm
And do
for it.
does he also do ladies who list in it?
I
The
don't think that was Carlos King. I
okay.
could be wrong, but I don't believe that was Carlos King.
Okay.
I see what he's doing and I dig it. He
And
also
then
has
he's
his
kind of
own.
doing like a watch what happens type of
That's what he's
thing.
doing, and I'm digging it. We need that. We need our own representation, although it's still
Mhm.
mess. It's our mess, and we putting out our own mess. Not some Jewish guy from St. Louis. It's us, okay? So I'm for it. I'm all for it. So I did Carlos King. He got his Watch What Happens Live situation going on, and I'm super excited about that. Um, Monique spilled some tea. You got to see that episode. I didn't see it. Let's talk about this tea Monique spilled.
Girl. Okay, she basically stated that she only talks to Karen and Ashley.
We knew
The
that.
others the others are non-factors.
Yeah,
She talked about how basically allegedly, I want to say alleged,
we're gonna say allegedly. I ain't made the banner yet, but I'm gonna make it.
um Giselle's a hoe. And she, each season she got a different man, basically. And that's all I got from it. She was like, she really ain't gonna speak Candace's name really, because but I'm thinking she's feeling that Candace is, you know, she's thinking, okay, Candace feeling it now.
Oh
Because
yeah, absolutely.
they wasn't for Candace when she first got there.
No, they didn't like Candace at first. At all, period. And I mean, to me, Candace had to grow on me as well. But then, she and Monique started beefing, and I didn't like that. But the beef, starting off, Monique didn't start it, Candace started it. And it became a thing. And now Candace is going through the same thing with the Green Eye Bandits and whatnot. Um, so yeah, we'll get to see that, and I'm super excited that we'll definitely get to see that coming up with the new Real Housewives of Potomac season. So I'm glad that we'll be able to get to delve into that. Do we have any other reality that we need to talk about? Anything behind the scenes that we need to mention? I think we got all of that
Well,
covered.
the Real House of Dubai is coming out in June 1st, I believe.
Okay, okay. I can't wait to see that because I like fabulousness, and I think they're really going to show us some really, really rich things. And I'm all for Empire. Bling Empire is another one that I love.
We're
I
talking about
don't.
that.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that on. I guess we'll talk about that tomorrow because you've seen everything, right? Okay.
I don't like the
We'll.
way it ended.
I don't like the way it ended either, but you know what? I see why it ended the way that it ended. I just don't like the way it ended. Um, but we'll talk about Bling Empire. I did not know, we couldn't find any information that they had been greenlit for season 2. We were looking for that because we were like, are they coming out? And then all of a sudden, season 2 of Bling Empire coming back. I'm like, what? So saw that, went ahead and binge watched that. Very good show. I love it. I love everything that is fabulousness. And I get to live vicariously through the rich people by watching them on TV. So I'm digging it wholeheartedly. Um, Wholeheartedly am I digging it. Um, so yeah, we should. Oh, one more thing before we get off of reality TV. I don't know that I'm going to watch Basketball Wives, although what's her name and what's her name ain't on there. Uh, Evelyn and the other girl are not on
OG.
there. So it's gonna be a whole bunch of other girls on there from Miami and from LA, mainly the LA chicks. But Shawnee is stepping back because she's getting ready to get married to this pastor.
And
Keanu.
they're supposed to do a reality TV show together.
They actually are going to do a wedding special, is what they're going
Mm-hmm.
to be doing on VH1. Um, so this is going to be interesting to see. Um, I know that Shaq has professed his love for his ex-wife. He's been talking about how he knows that he screwed up, he messed up and everything in their marriage. And I think if he had the opportunity and if, Shawnee would welcome him back in, that he would go back. However, Shawnee's not interested in that. Did you say no, Paul? They got 6 kids together, sir. What do you mean no? Um, but and they're very good friends. They're really, really good friends. They deal with the kids a lot. I love it. I love their friendship. It's a very, very good what's the word? It's a good example of what I think co-parenting should be, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure they had to come to that, if that makes sense. But I dig it. I dig their relationship and their friendship. But yeah, they are getting married, married. Oh, you don't want? I don't even know who Pastor Keon is. How about that? I don't know all the television preachers. Everybody want to be a YouTube television preacher. I don't know these folks. Um, well, congratulations to her. I'm glad she's getting married. I'm just going through my previous notes here. Okay, I got some good news stories. Of course, Bel Air is officially Peacock's most watched show. And I'm excited about that. They already got greenlit for season 2, so we ain't got to worry about that. I think that's
It was
all. Okay.
it was another show that got live for season 2 that we like to watch.
The Wonder Years, they were
Yes,
waiting and they did
yes,
get greenlit for a
yes.
season 2. So I'm super, even amongst the firing of number one
Fred said,
lieutenant for TD Jakes. Okay, I don't be knowing the listen. Let me say this right now. If there is a famous preacher on the television, I do not know the side preachers. You understand what I'm saying? The assistants, the associates, the people on the side, I don't know who they are. I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't I don't care where he based it. I don't know him. I don't. He was the lieutenant for TD Jakes. I don't know the lieutenant for Joel Osteen. I didn't know until Fat Preacher came out. What's his name? That
John
keep
Gray.
cheating on his wife. I
John
didn't know
Gray.
he was with Lakewood. I didn't know.
I did because he used to come to the Axis conferences
Oh,
and
okay. See, I
speak.
didn't know that
Yeah.
until he came out. I just thought he popped out of nowhere. I did not know. I don't know the side preachers. I only know the preacher whose name is on the moniker. If I go to the church, that's who I know. I don't know nobody else. I don't know nobody
You
else.
know
And
who's
I
a
would be
good I
mad.
forget the name of the pastor, but the name of the church is Transformation Church in Oklahoma City.
Mhm.
He's Michael Todd. I think that's his name.
Okay.
He's a good one. You may
Okay.
want to YouTube that and listen to him.
Right. I,
He's
I
good.
got you. And I'm okay with that. If your
I
name
think
is
that's the
on the,
one that we talked about
is
where
this the dude
he
that spit in his brother mouth?
yeah. But his messages be on point though.
Oh, okay. I don't know about that because COVID. I don't think
Not
my
with
brother
the spitting, but the other messages be on point.
Oh, okay. All I'm saying is, if your name ain't on the moniker, okay, I be mad when I go to the church and I'm going to visit the church to hear the pastor whose name is on the moniker because that's who I see on the television screen. And I see the other pastor, the pastor that didn't make the cut. That's how I feel. They might be fine. They might have a burning sensation of the word on their life. But if you ain't the preacher that I came to see, I be mad. Call me petty. I don't care. But I don't know. And I did not know who he was until Shawnee started dating him. I promise to God. Didn't go research him because I didn't care. Because I was like, oh, you just cooped up Shawnee O'Neal. Okay, that's cute. Um, so yes, I don't be knowing. Okay, he got the second largest church in Houston. I don't follow these folk. I'm in Memphis. If they ain't on TBN, you on mute, boo boo.
Y'all going back and forth now.
I know we're going back and forth. I don't know. You trying to make me know who he is, and I don't. I'm telling you, I don't know. Okay, so where am I, Jesus? Where was I going? All right, here we go. Naomi Osaka left her sports agency to start her own. So I think that that's cool. I think it's good when athletes I think it's really good when athletes do stuff like that. When they venture out and they start their own because they know what it is to be an athlete. I don't know if the business side is going to kick in, but maybe she's just going to have her name on the moniker and then hire like sports agents to work for her. I'm not sure how that's gonna work out, but I am. Oh, I totally forgot about this.
What? What?
Ooh, I forgot. I totally forgot. Wendy Williams and Sherry Shepherd. We got to talk about it. Okay,
Okay.
huh?
That's not reality, is it? Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
It. I mean, it would have been, but we're gonna talk about it anyway.
There should be more
Um,
like hot topics and then reality.
huh?
That should be more like hot topics than reality.
Okay, well, we going into hot topics, girl.
Okay.
So Wendy Williams, and Sherry Shepherd apparently have some type of beef. Let's talk about it. So, um, Wendy had an interview with Fat Joe on Fat Joe's platform. I think he just be going live with people and talking to him. He might have an actual platform, but that's what I be thinking. Um, and she was kind of sort of throwing some shade at Sherry Shepherd. Like, I was like, well, dang girl, Sherry stepped in when, oh, did Naomi take her boyfriend? I'm not sure. I don't know, Paul. I don't even know who her boyfriend is. Um, but Sherry was leaving some type of brunch on Mother's Day, so she got on her live and she discussed how Wendy was not well and how, we just need to pray for her. And, Wendy was like, no, I'm getting my show back. I don't know what you thought this was. You were just standing in until I got better, blah, 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 blah. And so now Wendy wants to have a sit down with Sherry Shepherd. Now, here's the thing. And correct me if I'm wrong. Why is there beef with Sherry Shepherd? Because my understanding was that the network makes that decision, not Sherry Shepherd, not Wendy Williams. And if I was in Sherry's position, real talk, I would take the deal.
Mm-hmm.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Like, Sherry had no intentions of taking it, you know what I'm saying, taking that show slot from Wendy. She always, said that no, if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna get my own show and I'll do it on another platform. But the opportunity presented itself because Wendy wasn't coming back. So I'm confused as to why there is beef between Wendy and Sherry and not beef between Wendy and the network. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know what? Because it's easier to go after the other black woman.
And see, I don't necessarily agree with that. And I love
I know
Wendy,
that's what I'm saying. I don't agree with it, but you
that's really
see
crazy.
who's the beef at. She's mad at Sherry. You right. Sherry has nothing to do with it. In fact,
she got to do what she got to do for her
the
career.
only person Wendy needs to be mad at is herself. So because she got herself into that position.
But did she get herself? Because we really don't know what happened with Wendy. Wendy has a lot of health issues. Okay. So we really don't know exactly what happened with Wendy because nobody has said what the heck happened to Wendy. They knew something was going on with her health or whatever that situation was. So if it's a health situation and it wasn't like a drug or alcohol situation, then I don't think that was Wendy's fault. That my thought process. I could be wrong, but we never were told. We weren't told what happened. You get what I'm saying? So if we were told like what went down and what happened, then I feel like, hey, yeah, sure. And then we can have it's no Paul. Let me tell you why it's not different. He said it's no different than Nick Cannon and DC Young Fly. The difference between this situation and that situation is Nick Cannon, DC Young Fly worked for Nick Cannon. Okay. Worked for Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon brought him in, handpicked him to be one of the comedians on Wild 'N Out. Okay. When he went through his thing and they took the show off the air, they approached DC Young Fly because they know it's a popular show and they knew people are gonna still watch it, especially with DC Young Fly being in the house, because that man is hilarious. Okay. And we don't that type of relationship. Sherry, along with the other guest hosts, were simply filling in for Wendy while she was getting better. Those are two totally different situations. DC didn't want to do that to Nick because Nick brought him in. Sherry wasn't brought in by Wendy. Sherry was brought in by the and I feel like my computer done froze up. I hope this thing don't cut off. And I don't like this. Oh my
It's
god.
freezing up.
I know, and I hate the way my face looks on the screen. I don't like it. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay. Cause it just got my mouth open. Like what? So, yeah, I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. So yeah, so with that being said, that's the difference between those two situations. Sherry and Wendy are not personal friends. DC, Nick, and so that's the difference in those two situations. Um, she is also saying that she wants $100 million for her podcast deal. Because of course Wendy has a podcast deal on the table. We'll see how that goes for her. Hopefully it will go well. We're not quite sure, but we'll see. We shall see. I am trying to see how I need to do this. So right now, and I'm gonna get a little serious real quick. There has been a series of shootings all over the country, starting with the supermarket shooting in Buffalo, New York, that took place, and it was racially motivated. They immediately arrested that white man and arraigned him in in court. No, Paul, this is not the Mac. I just got a mouse for the Mac. I don't have everything set up in my room. We'll talk about this later. Bye. Don't leave the post, but I'm just saying, no, this is not the new Mac. You on mute, boo boo. Um, and so 10 were murdered, 3 were injured at this predominantly black grocery store. Again, they immediately arrested that man and immediately arraigned him.
And
Um,
he did not have a scratch on him.
Nothing, nothing.
Okay, so I would like to go ahead and read out the names of the victims, if you don't
Go ahead.
mind. We have Miss Catherine Macy. She was 72 years old, an
Wow.
advocate for civil rights. We have 32-year-old Roberta Drury. She could be biracial. We have Ruth Whitfield. She's 86 years old. We have Celestine Cheney. She's 65 years old.
Mm-hmm.
We have Pearl Young. She's 77 years old.
So
We
all
have
older.
Andre McNeil. He's a beloved father, brother, uncle, and friend. He was at Tops to buy a birthday cake for his son, who has just turned 3 when he was shot and killed. We have Marcus Demp. We have Aaron Salter Jr. He's 55 years old, a retired Buffalo police officer. The youngest is a young girl. I don't know how old she is, but she looks like she could be a teenager. Her name is Jerry Chapman Talley. And then we have Hayward Patterson. May y'all guys rest in peace, and our condolences to the family. This is just horrible. And I'm just like, in a way, sometimes I can be so desensitized because it's not like they're going to do anything about it. It's going to keep on happening. It's going to keep on
Well,
happening.
speaking of keeping on happening, and I don't have all of the stories for the other two shootings, but there were two separate shootings today. One in
Hmm.
California at a church, where
Hmm.
one died and 3 were injured, and then there was one at a flea market in Texas. So I don't have
Hmm.
all the details. I'm pretty certain that those details will be coming out really soon and shortly. So we'll have those details for you next week. But it has to stop. Like, I don't understand. Like, I feel like, and this may be wrong for me to say, but I feel like you should have took that man out. The security guard that was a retired police officer tried to. He had on a bulletproof vest. I say go for the head. The
I
man
always
was
go for the
live
head.
streaming the
The
killing
shooting. And
while
then,
doing it.
and he pleads not guilty. Of course, he's going to say mental insanity, number one. But here's my thing. Okay, he has a vest on and everything. But when he knew he was going to get caught, he was going to try to kill himself. I would have let him do it. Go ahead, let him do
No, no. Let me tell you something. Suicide is too easy of a situation. You get what I'm
Mhm.
saying? That's a cop out. No, I need you to sit in this jail cell. I need to keep you on suicide watch to make sure they don't need to do like Jeffrey Epstein and fall asleep. Like y'all need to be round the clock, making sure that mind stay awake.
Now,
Uh,
what does that helmet does? I
I
don't.
think the helmet they might not have been able to shoot him with their helmet on. It was a tactical helmet. Is so basically he had on military gear when he did this attack, and the live streaming was from the helmet, if I'm not mistaken. So he
Mhm.
had the thing streaming from. He had the camera attached to the helmet. Um, it's crazy. I just he was, and so to me, no, you ain't lost your mind. You knew exactly what the hell you were doing. You went in there with the intent to kill these people. That's what you did.
And then you wrote a thing about how the white race was dwindling, and you needed to control that population. Okay, I'm gonna say this: as long as there's gonna be white ladies dating black men, they're gonna and having black biracial babies. Guess what? The baby's gonna be black.
You
Whatever the
know?
father is, that's what the baby's gonna be.
Yeah.
So we can't help to do what it do. You know that's why they really are against, they're really the government, some of the people and the Republicans are for, stopping Roe versus Wade because of that reason.
Let's talk about that. Let's go segue into that. Cause I was not, but I am. So apparently the Supreme Court is going to, or their plans are to overturn Roe versus Wade. They weren't able to stop it in the I don't know if it was the House of Representatives or the Senate this past week. Let's talk
Mhm.
about that really quickly because I understand. I grew up in church, so I understand the um, stigma that comes along with abortion. Everybody that's getting an abortion, they're not getting an abortion because they're trying to hide from whatever they did. There are many reasons why people get an abortion. Okay.
Mhm.
Health reasons are not going to be a factor when they overturn Roe versus Wade. Um, rape is not going to be a factor when they overturn Roe versus Wade. Uh, a lot of things that you normally would be able to get an abortion for, and that would be done not in an abortion clinic, but at a doctor's office. That's not going to be a factor. Not to mention women who cannot afford to take care of a child on their own. Do you get what I'm saying?
I don't know where this senator is from. I was just seeing this on TikTok, not before, right before I got
Right.
on here. He was questioning why should ectopic pregnancy be included in the, if women, abortion should be allowed if, a product of rape or incest or in the ectopic pregnancy. He was that dumb and saying, well, if
And
it's a
that's not
viable
under.
fetus, it shouldn't be, we shouldn't murder the child. Do you know what an ectopic pregnancy is?
No, they don't. You got people making decisions, medical decisions, and you didn't go to medical school. You didn't do your research on this. You don't know what you're talking about, but you're gonna make a decision for a whole country, for an entire nation of people. When everybody's situation is different. I just it makes me cringe to think. Then you're not getting rid of Viagra or
Mm-mm,
Cialis. Let's talk
mm-mm,
about that. Nothing that
mm-mm,
has to do with the man getting it up or whatever. You ain't finna get
mm-mm,
rid of that stuff. The
mm-mm,
other thing that
mm-mm.
they're banning. I know that they just banned here in Tennessee. I don't know when the law goes into effect, but the governor signed it this past week. Was the morning after pill. You cannot, a lot of people get their prescriptions or their medications via mail. They cannot receive the morning after pill in the mail. I don't know if that's going to affect the Walgreens customers or CVS customers or not, but he just signed that into law this past week. So you got, again, decisions being made for people. Now, here again, I understand killing a baby. I get it. But there are several reasons why that's, I have friends that they had to get rid of the baby. The baby was not going to survive. The baby was outside of situations where it's warranted, and I just can't get behind the abortion is wrong 100%.
I
But
look. I am not for abortion personally. I would not have one,
right.
but I'm not going to tell what another person should or should not do.
And I don't
Because
think,
one
and I
thing,
and this is where I feel like the separation of church and state should come into play, because just because that's your biblical belief does not mean that legally you have the right to police what. Because here's the thing: what if, and I'm putting this what if out here to my Christian church going Bible thumping people. What if the nation turned into like what China was when they were a communist nation? That might still be a communist nation. When
mm-hmm.
they were banning church and the Bible and that sort of thing. Then you want a law put in place for you to be able to read the Bible and be able to preach the gospel. It's the same thing when you start muddying the waters with laws going into effect that affect everyday people. That becomes a problem. Then the complaint is about welfare and all these other things. If you did not get rid of, if you get rid of abortion, your complaints about welfare need to go on out the door. Because
And
basically
may I
what you're doing,
remind you, when you talk
go
about
ahead.
that, may I remind you, the Caucasian race is the majority race that gets
They are.
the
They are
family
the
assistance.
majority.
I
Absolutely.
had a I had a woman. She missed her interview because she didn't submit her renewal application.
Uh-huh.
And we now doing statewide. So we're in so this woman is in a different county. And so at the time her appointment, it was originally assigned to me, but it was reassigned because I had to do other things. So
Right.
they sourced them out to other workers. Well, the other worker said no application. The woman finally submitted the application the end of April, and then they rescheduled her beginning of May. You remember first, I was sick. I had the flu, so I was out. This girl, able-bodied, she was probably she was in her 20s, just had like a 2 or 3 year old, no job or nothing like that, talking about how she needed her food stamps, and she was leaving nasty messages on the Knoxville office, leaving nasty messages. And I said, you know what? At first, I told I was like, well, I wasn't the one who was assigned to the case; it was somebody else. And I said, you know what? No, I'll give it. Let me have it because I'm ready for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
But my
I
thing
mean,
is, I'm tired of them telling us we are lazy. We need to get off our butts and work. Okay, this woman was able bodied. She ain't had no kind of she had no kind of disability or anything. She don't work. But she told me, I'm so sorry, because I told her, when you leave nasty messages like that, it makes us not want to help you.
baby, you go to the back of the line. I know how some people did it. I went on to get the folks stuff done so that I wouldn't have to deal with them because I didn't like dealing with. I had a white girl when I worked for the state that came in and she didn't know who her baby daddy was, not because she was just sleeping, with maybe with no, like they ran the train on her at a party and she didn't know which one of the guys was the baby daddy. And she knew they ran the train because she was involved in the train. Like it, things like that. And those are things that they say it's gonna be the black girls. Nah, baby. These white girls out here wilding out. Like, stop. Like, so, you know, I don't want to hear that. But I hope that there's a way for them to stop it. I don't know. Like right now, the vote to go move forward with it was voted down because the majority of the justices are Republican. So they're
Mhm.
going to go with a Republican agenda when it comes to this. So we'll see how this turns out.
Well, you know what's gonna happen. Tell you what's gonna happen. Is they're gonna find a way. The girls are gonna find a way to do it.
oh, it's gonna be
They're gonna
worse.
go
We're gonna
to.
have people that die because
Mm-mm.
they're
Let
going
me tell you
to
how
the
they're gonna do it. They're gonna find a Democratic state.
well, so Illinois has already said that they will welcome people in to get abortions if need be. So those appointments are gonna be booked up. That's gonna be a problem. But then you're also gonna have people that are going the backdoor way to get it done, much like with the BBLs, where you
Mm-hmm.
go to, some random place that ain't board certified or whatever to get it done instead of letting a medical professional do it. That's going to be an issue too. And you're going to lose a lots of people in the process, which is not going to be right. In other news, so Jesse Williams is in this play, right? About this baseball player. And bruh man got a third leg. So Jesse Williams, who was part of Shondaland, who played what was his character on Grey's Anatomy? You didn't watch Grey's Anatomy? Oh my God. Grey's Anatomy was
No,
good. That was how I fell in love with Shonda Rhimes. Grey's Anatomy with
nah,
Dr. McDreamy and Dr. McSteamy.
nah.
You know who Jesse Williams is, though.
Yeah,
He's
that's the
he's
one that left his wife for not Mila Kunis, but the other girl, or somebody,
so
and
I
then
don't
yeah,
necessarily think he left his wife for that girl. His wife was off the damn chain. Um, he ended up when they separated, he ended up dating a white girl. They didn't last long. He's with the girl now. Um, dang it, she was on the VH1 show. Have you ever seen this movie called Zola? Okay. Don't worry about it. He's dating a black actress now by the name of Taylor Page. So they've been dating for quite some time now. Pretty girl. I love her. And he love her too. But boyfriend, let me tell you something. Somebody snuck a camera in that theater, and you're not supposed to. When you go into theaters, they tell you, no flash photography. A lot of times, especially if you're going to like a Broadway type show, they ban phones in those shows. So you're not supposed to have your phones out. Well, somebody took a picture, baby. And I'm telling you now, Jesse Williams' wife was happy with him when he was with her. I'm just telling you, his girlfriend is happy right now because of Raw. Boyfriend working with some things in between them legs. I just want you to know.
oh, he was
Oh,
nude. He was
yes,
full
you didn't
frontal.
hear me? It was a full frontal nude play. Yes. So they leaked all over the internet, and I got to see the third leg, and I was excited, about his third leg. Um, but the theater is highly upset. So now they are installing infrared systems so that people won't be able to sneak their phones in to the theater to take pictures. Yeah. Gabby Sidibe is getting married. And I'm excited for her.
Yeah, yeah, I
I
knew
don't want to
that.
hear anybody complain about her marrying a white man. Y'all didn't
Cause
want her. Y'all done
y'all
dogged
didn't
her
want
out
her.
left and
Y'all
right because
sure
of her
did.
weight. Right. So I don't need y'all to say nothing, and I do mean nothing. Okay? About her dating, getting married to this white man. The man love her dirty drawers apparently, and you gonna let her be happy. Why are you looking like that? Why are you looking like that? Don't be on here looking like that. Spill the tea.
I'm gonna.
Okay. I'm gonna keep moving while you do that. Also, congratulations are in order to Tika Sumter. She married her longtime fiance. I thought they was already married.
No, they
We
was
got a
just
whole
dating.
5-year-old child.
Right. And as you know, that's the guy that played the gay dude on the Have and Have Nots. That's when they met. That's how they
Okay.
met on the
They got
set
a
of the
whole
Have and Have
5-year-old
Nots.
child. An entire 5-year-old child. I am undone.
I
A
just
whole
sent you a
5-year-old.
private chat.
I told you. Listen. Listen. I was like, oh God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yes. He working with it. He working with it. He working with it. All right. We about to I'm just skimming through. Oh, y'all. Did y'all see Chris Paul almost turn to that young man on the sidelines that assaulted his mama on the sidelines? Yes. So at the Dallas Mavericks game, there was a Dallas Mavericks fan who was bothering Chris Paul's mother. She asked him to stop. He kept on. I think some way, somehow, he ended up pushing her. Chris, they had to hold him back, and rightfully so. That's his mama. It was Mother's Day. He's trying to tear into that young man. Well, they banned him until 2023. I don't know why they did that. Why they didn't ban that man for life? Because you don't put your hands on nobody you don't know. But he's a little white 22-year-old boy, so he'll be back at the Dallas Maverick game. He was drunk, but he was trying to put them paws on that man. And I don't blame him. And sometimes I feel like fans need to learn. You know, y'all remember the fight with the Detroit Pistons and the fans up in the stands? Y'all remember that? I bet them fans won't do that no more. Sometimes they need to learn a lesson the hard way. So yeah, I just feel like, yeah. I'm not gonna talk about Young Thug and them. All right, I think I'm done. So let's get to the story at hand. Nick Cannon got somebody else pregnant again, by the way. This is 10th pregnancy. I'm tired of this man.
It's at the point now he needs to get tested.
For what? I think he's probably fine. I think he gets tested regularly and makes them get tested. I just think he don't like condoms. I just really don't think he likes them. So to the main story. Let's talk about how this man decided to jump up on stage and attack Dave Chappelle. Like he like tackled that man. For that man got tackled. Okay. And let's talk about how Dave Chappelle's team was on that man like white on rice. Let me tell y'all something. That man looked like a chicken wing. Y'all know that one wing in the pack that don't quite. I promise to God, I thought of that. I was like, that man look like a deformed chicken wing. And they got that man good. And I'm talking about everybody, the security, Busta Rhymes, and Jamie Foxx jumped on the stage and jumped on that man. And they got him. They got him good. As y'all can see, that baby, they wheeled him off into pieces. Apparently, this guy is a rapper, and he's been planning on coming for Dave Chappelle for quite some time. I do not know why he decided to do this on this national stage. And y'all, Chris Rock got his little jokey in. It was that Will Smith, that sort of thing. Dave Chappelle went ahead and finished his set. They took care of the dude. But I don't know why he jumped on stage. Now, let me say this to y'all, because I feel like y'all finna blame Will Smith for everything, and I need y'all to stop it right now. Will Smith on the other side of the world trying to get help for his situation, and y'all want to blame that man for everything. Do y'all not know the comedians have been attacked way before Will Smith went on stage and slapped Chris Rock? I just need y'all to understand and know. Before that happened, y'all don't think that man was not the first to get slapped. Kevin Hart talks about how somebody threw a chicken wing at him on stage, a whole chicken wing. on the stage when he was performing at a comedy club. It happens. That's what goes down. Get over it. That's all I'm saying. Please stop blaming Will Smith for this mess because people feeling blazing. No, people have always, if they froggy, they gonna jump. Regardless of if Will Smith did it or not, they jumping. Okay? So I just want y'all to think about that before y'all start pointing the finger and the blame on the people out there in La La Land. That's all I got for y'all today. Wendy, you got anything else, girl?
The only I want to do something. Do a what you call it, a praise or whatever you say it.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so I don't know if y'all have seen it, but Gracie's Corner, you can see it on YouTube.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yes. Okay. I think she done Gracie Corner didn't put Coco Melon out somewhere. She done put her out. Cause if you look at it, you be wanting to dance. Okay. You be wanting to dance. And I want to give you a backstory about Gracie's hold on a second. Let me turn this down. Gracie Corner. Okay. It's okay. Gracie Corner is a YouTube channel for kids.
Mm-hmm.
The videos provide educational, fun, and encouraging songs for children from diverse backgrounds. And also, you can go on their website and print out worksheets along with, so they can go
Oh, wow.
right. Yeah. They're based out of Houston.
Okay.
So after noticing their children educational YouTube recommendations were not very diverse, this Houston family decides to create their own channel. Gracie's Corner provides educational, fun, and encouraging songs for children of all backgrounds. The family behind Gracie's Corner, Javaris Hollingsworth,
Oh, they black.
Arlene, Arlene Gordon Hollingsworth, and Gracie herself stopped by the Great Day Houston to discuss what it's like to create a YouTube series just for kids.
I love
Um,
it.
yes. And not only do they not only do their videos feature catchy songs, but they can also follow along in free workbooks that is available on their website, like I said. So,
Oh my
check out
God.
their YouTube channel. I like the ABC Phonics song.
Yeah.
You
Is that the
know, she
one
said,
Elder posted?
this is the phonics song. And then they was like looking like they were in Egypt and the girl playing the flute.
Yeah.
And he said,
It was like
what
it had like a
sound
trap
does
beat
the
to
letter
it.
make? I'm like, okay. And
I
so
love
I was
it.
listening. And
I
then
don't
they
have
have
it
their
on
own
Kindle.
rendition of Row, Row, Row Your Boat.
Mhm.
They say, Mommy roll the boat, Mommy roll the boat. What?
Mm.
Mommy roll the boat, Mommy roll the boat. What?
Right.
It's just good. So I'm like, if you want something for your toddler kids to watch, that is something that they can watch. I mean, I did enjoy it as an adult, and I was like, I wish they had this. But they had backyardigans when my son was a toddler, and he loved the
Yeah.
backyardigans.
And
And I,
then Jalen has Super Y. Um, I can't think of who else he had.
I grew up a word girl.
Okay. And my oldest had Word Girl. And of course he just in Sesame Street. Um, but yeah, I think that is dope.
yeah, but yeah, you should check it out,
We
cause
have
cause
toddlers.
cause
Uh
and then you see it on TikTok. Parents are showing what their kids are doing. You know the other folks have to get on it.
well,
I'm
I
like,
mean, everybody, I want them to blow it up because I feel like they should be on network television. That's just my thought process. They may not want to go their route because they're probably doing well on YouTube. But I think if they get a deal, I think it would be worth it. Much like Tabitha Brown, she built her following up and was able to get a network deal for some of the different things that she's doing. Kev on Stage got his own Kev on Stage Studio app after building his brand. So, like, I think, after a while, it's time for those deals to roll in. And I'm super excited for that. I'm glad that family did take that stand and do that. So make sure y'all got guys blow Grace's Corner up on YouTube. I wish I had YouTube information. I may go back and repost the actual YouTube link in this after we get off of here. But I thank you guys. When do you have anything else? I'm sorry.
That's it.
That's all. We are out
Mhm.
of here today. Okay. It's taco night over here. I know it's supposed to be Taco Tuesday, but it's Taco Sunday.
I gotta pick up the boy at his job in a few. Oh, one thing I'm not enthused about, they have built a Bojangles on Whitten Road, and I'm not enthused.
They have.
And it's opening
I
soon.
I never go to Bojangles in the Mississippi area in South Haven. I think because it's always packed. It's worse than
And see, Whitten Road is already packed. And then they're gonna do this.
what end of Whitten Road is it going to be on?
It's right between Reese Road and Raleigh LaGrange. So
Oh,
yeah. So it's over there. It's gonna be right next to that Dollar Tree, across from the Dollar Tree.
yeah. I
So
don't know
there's
how.
the Dollar Tree, and then the street between them is the street that you go to for there's a daycare center. So
Ooh, I don't
it,
know how
it's
that's gonna
going
work.
it's gonna be mayhem, and they're also building a Bojangles on Austin P and Yale.
That's a bad idea. That's a bad idea.
They're about to give Popeye's chicken a run for their money on Austin
Oh
P.
my God, that's gonna be a bad idea.
I have a friend. She was like, "Oh, they may be building a Chick-fil-A in Raleigh." I said, "No, girl, that's a Bojangles." She's like, "You're just kidding
But they
me."
but they did say that they were gonna build a Chick-fil-A in Raleigh. I know
We had a Chick-fil-A in Raleigh and it didn't work out.
when in the mall. You talking about in the
Mm-hmm.
mall? I think it'll do well if it has a stand. I ain't never been nowhere where the Chick-fil-A line was not packed. Cause it was in the Raleigh Spring Mall. Didn't nobody go in the damn mall. If it had a
Mm-hmm.
standalone location in Raleigh, it would do well. Summer is packed just like everywhere else is.
Mm-hmm.
If they built one in Raleigh, that would be a good look. I'm for it if they get it. But I did hear that they were supposed to be building one. I don't know where they're gonna put it, but I did hear that they were building one in Raleigh. So
They
we'll
need
see.
more grocery stores in Raleigh.
They need more grocery stores everywhere. Like it's sad that I have to go to Arkansas. That's the closest Walmart to me. I
The one
hate
on Elvis Presley.
no, and I wouldn't dare. After
Oh
I
yeah,
have bad experiences at the Elvis
yeah.
Presley one anyway. But no, that's not the closest one to me. The closest one to me is across the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so I go. It takes me 10 minutes to get over there. I'm over
Mm.
there. I shop, do what I need to do. Come on back to the house. Um, so yeah, they're gonna have to do something better because we do, and I know Kroger has monopolized and shut down a lot of grocery stores in the inner city communities. But that Walmart on Austin P sucks, and so does the Walmart on Elvis Presley. Both of them suck. Um, so we'll see. We will see. We will see. But Paul said that the guy was his grandmother was getting evicted due to factors beyond her control, and he used that moment to bring light to. And just so you got banged up and beat up because your grandma was losing her. I'm out. All right, guys. We will catch y'all next week. Thank you guys for joining us. We'll see you later. Bye bye.
Bye.